Daniel lived and worked in the Bay Area of Northern California for 15 years. Then went to Korea for 3 years to be part of Nexon Korea. And now he's back in the States as CEO of Nexonamerica. Daniel, thanks a lot for meeting with us. So for those not familiar with a microtransaction model, what is it all about?
It could cost you as little as $0 or as much as you want to pay. There aren't any velvet ropes, there aren't any limits to what you can do within the game, whether you pay or not. It's all about lowering the barrier to entry to enjoy some of the greatest games that are ever designed for online play.
I think a lot would ask, if paying is optional, how do we support a business?
You know, it does cost us a lot of money, millions of dollars every year to keep the game up and running. We have about 200 people working here in LA. We have about 1,500 people working in Korea. We have hundreds and hundreds of servers, which cost millions and millions of dollars. And we're fortunate enough that there's enough people playing and paying to make the business grow and make more games available for more people here.
Does Nexon have any plans to move some of its games onto other platforms?
We're focusing on expanding our portfolio into other platforms like iOS on iPhone or in browsers. We've already had a pretty successful launch of MapleStory Thief Edition on the iPhone when it launched, I think maybe a few months ago. Came in #1 in the RPG section.
I also know Nexon is working with domestic developers to put together games for the US market.
We're trying to expand our base of development resources to developers who are interested in working with us to launch free-to-play games here in North America. Nexon Initiative was one of those efforts to try and reach out to developers here to let them know that we're interested in hearing from them. About 126 different developers sent us applications to basically pitch us on different projects.
How often do you get to actually play the games?
I try to carve out a chunk of time every week on the weekend or during the week to take a rotation through all the different games that we service right now. It's very important for us to be aware of not just the product and what's going on in game, but to have a connection with our user base.
And you personally get on the forums and read what players are?
Absolutely. That's I spend a lot of time on forums, and I do read those comments like, "Oh, Nexon never reads, gets in here and reads any of this stuff." Believe me, we do. Not just me, but all the executives and producers are constantly on the forums, monitoring kind of the opinion of what people are saying and what hot issues are coming up.
Now, what kind of gamer were you growing up?
I was kind of an arcade rat.
Nice.
So I'm probably dating myself by telling you all the games that I really enjoyed playing growing up. I grew up in Korea, so a lot of the arcades were kind of pirated arcade consoles that played all kinds of different games from, the classic Invaders to Galaga to games that might have never been released here. As I moved to the States, I really got into some of the console stuff. Gaming has always been a big part of my life, and I can't believe I get to work in a company that makes and publishes games here.